So last week on Roll Over and Die, the characters made it all the way back to where they started in Blackmire, revisiting some old friends and seeing how the small village has coped since the destruction. Joanne realised that Hamlet, the small halfling that they met on the way to Blackmire, had usurped her job and is now working for Harnost. Harnost informed her that she could collect her things from her bedroom upstairs, and when she went to collect them, she found, to her surprise, that her puppy Phantom was rolling around in her bed. So now those two are reunited. So that's now over with. Let's get ready to roll over and die.
Who's done?
Part of it.
John.
John.
Who are you working for?
Who are you talking to?
You know what?
Who are you talking to?
Who are you Skyping?
I was telling everyone you had a burger at 5 a.m.
Yeah. So I'm going to start the timer for the episode.
Burgami.
Starting a timer at...
Are we honest, by the way?
Yeah, we're honest.
Honest.
We're honest.
Honest.
We
Harnost.
are honest. We're Harnost.
We're Harnost, by the way.
Okay, countdown started. Right. So you've just received your note, and we'll go back to Aya and Pip. What are you two doing
Are we
back in
together?
Black? Well, no, either one of you can tell me which one you want to start on. What would you guys like to be doing at this point?
Because you didn't agree with
Um,
I
I'm
didn't know what you were
in
doing.
the bait and switch.
Mhm.
Correct? Okay.
Sure, if you want to be, yeah.
You are. You are.
I came in
you
with
are.
you.
You're
Yeah.
in the bar.
I'm gonna go and ask if I recognise anybody in there as a friend.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ask them if they know about Sir Wexford Daunting of Goldenfield and what they were doing in town.
Yeah, you recognise, like most people here, you've been here for long enough. It's a very small village.
Who out of everyone is most likely to give me a direct answer?
Probably Harnost.
Okay, Harnost. I get the vibe he doesn't like me.
Oh no, he's just like that with everyone.
I take it personally.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try my hardest to have a conversation with him.
Try your Harnost.
Try.
Say good
I'm
things
gonna
about
try
me.
my Harnost.
Say good things about me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to bring you up, I'll be honest, because you've been on a break quite a while, so...
He doesn't know that.
He does.
Yeah, I think he does.
100% does know. Yeah. So he's there doing his regular restocking of the shelves behind the bar. He turns around.
Harnost, the old buddy, old pal.
Mhm.
How's it been since we've gone?
Busy.
Busy?
Yes.
How busy?
Pretty busy.
Cool. Sir Wexford, heard he was in town.
No.
No? Huh. Could have sworn someone told me differently. Did he pass by?
Yeah.
What's he up to? Cool.
I'm sitting on the, I'm sitting on the steps looking at you going, you're doing so well.
You know that Harnost is very monosyllabic.
I know, but I take it very personally. Tell me a bit more about Sir Wexford. I don't actually think I've heard of much of him before.
He's a hero.
He's a hero. What for?
His own gain.
His own gain. What's he known for doing?
Slaying monsters.
Huh. We slayed some monsters. Did you hear about that?
No.
Huh. Okay, bye. I panic and run away. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask someone
Okay.
else.
You hear bits of laughter here and there as Hamlet is juggling some fruit
No.
for
I don't talk
one
about it, it's
table.
too nice.
And there's about 2 or 3 tables that are free. The rest of the bait and switch is packed.
I'm just going to go to someone that I recognise.
Okay.
Having spoken to them before, so it's not
Mhm.
weird if I go and try and
There's
talk
2
about
couples that you're relatively sort of familiar with. They're kind of having a sort of get together after
Okay.
work, presumably, at this point, because it's sort of in the afternoon time. People kind of finish early in Blackmire.
I'll go
It's very relaxed.
I'll go over to them.
Okay.
And ask the same question, really. Just who is Sir Wexford?
Oh, you're right, Pip.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. You know what? It's so nice to see a friendly face.
Oh, we're all friendly here.
All of you are very friendly. Sir Wexford Daunting of Goldenfield.
Oh, yeah.
He passed by, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Where was he off to?
We don't know. We just heard he was passing by. And so Mayor Salazar, he said he was going to be passing by. And so we were all lined up outside where the the old town is on the approach to the old town into the village in there in Blackmire. We put our best Sunday clothes on.
I bet.
Yeah, and the mayor is all polished up, and he had his like a mayor medallion on and his shiny shoes, his
And
nice shirt.
where had Sir Wexford just come from? Do you know?
No, we just know he was passing by.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
So he's going to stop off, which is why we all got like
And he
all
didn't.
jazzed up.
I
And
cut
no,
you off. He didn't.
oh no, it's
he
true. Yeah.
Cool. So you don't know how we would, find out where he was going, or who might know a bit more about him?
Well, I suppose he's more famous in those like bigger actual towns. Like Kells is a little bit too small for him. He generally sort of sticks to like the big places.
Like
Anywhere like famous. He operates mostly out of Sutton Shore.
Sutton Shore?
Yeah, but I mean he's gone all the way up to places like Borston,
Was he
Berrybrook. He's been to down in
Borston.
Berrybrook.
Was he on his way? Was he going in the direction of Sutton Shore?
Well, you're going from northwest to southeast, so yeah, I suppose so. Going to the coast at least.
That's helpful. Thanks so much, friend.
Yeah, no worries.
Goodbye.
Bye, Pip. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
There's another smattering of applause, like behind you somewhere where Hamlet's tumbling.
Oh, it's. We slayed monsters.
Okay.
I know what I need to know.
Cool.
We've just come from the baker's house.
Yes, from our brains.
So on continuing our tour of apologies, I think we should go speak to Pollinea.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea.
I think you need to apologise.
I do need to apologise, but what if something
Apologise.
Apologise, guys.
You're just being honest
happens?
about
I've
it.
not seen her since I killed her. I mean, put her to sleep for a bit.
I think it would ease your soul.
My soul sounds lovely.
He has no soul.
Hi, I've got a soul.
Who are you talking to?
Not again. All right, let's go. But I need.
Do you know where she lives?
No idea.
She lives in the Upper West Side,
She lives in the Upper West
Of
Side.
course.
which you know is the
It's the snooty
posh
bit
area.
of town.
Yeah.
Just here's
I hate her too.
not there.
You're
I hate her too.
I'm more convinced you're losing your mind. We all hate her, but
There's a dragonfly that's just landed on your collar.
Oh.
Hello there, little Daniela the
Staring at
dragonfly.
him, waiting for him to stop talking to things.
It stuck to your finger.
Fly well. Fly well.
Off it goes.
Fly well, my little thing. Right then, let's go say sorry.
Upper West Side.
Upper West Side.
Mm.
Which way is Upper West Side?
You tell me.
You
where
know.
to live
West.
there.
I know. I know. So we can march there.
So you,
March there.
March. We're going to march.
Hmm.
Uh,
Going
So
to March.
the Upper West Side is a nicer place because it's more raised than the others.
Yeah.
So it's drier, more places to build upon. Most places here are made of wood and sort of wattle and daub. A few stone houses. These ones have got the most stone in them, so they've got that stone foundation, and then they have like wooden walls, ceilings, kind of thing. And they are the further out west you go, more grandiose the village becomes, until you get to sort of a large, picket fenced, sort of like semi-mansion, certainly a mansion for Blackmire. Looks like to be 4-bedroom size house, 2 stories, on its own stilts.
She's so superficial.
And in the front garden, there's just about close to 100 stone gnomes.
Stone. No.
Stone
100
gnomes.
Stone
Of course, she
gnomes.
collects stone.
I wish I was
No.
with you.
Is there
Stone
one with a
gnomes.
little wooden peg leg?
Why don't you roll a perception check?
Hello.
Oh, my little old
What's
friend.
he called?
What's he
What's he called?
What do you mean, what's he called?
Paolo.
called? Paolo Sturcoy.
Sturkor.
Sturcoy.
Paolo Sturkor! I mean, we
Josh's
might find him in
character
this.
from our other campaign.
What'd you get?
I'm just
give me the number.
checking. Perception, yeah?
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, you do spot one that's got like a little pirate jacket on, and has got one wooden left leg.
Does it look like they sawed off the leg themselves?
You can't really tell. It doesn't have much detail, but it's feasible.
Does it look like they once turned into a giant horse and accidentally killed an innocent
You get a
man?
kind of like an equine vibe to it.
Equine vibe.
Well, you take a little fancy to bend down,
Mhm.
just clean him off. You've got a little bit of.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Don't break him.
I'm not going to break him.
No, okay.
Natural 20.
Yeah, so you
You broke
You
it.
dust him up, dust him up real good.
And I
Pull
did-
off all the lichen, like get all the algae off of him. He's now sort of almost bright white.
Are you
After you're
stealing
finished.
one of the gnomes?
I don't think with 20 gnomes she'll miss it.
100, wasn't it?
100?
Those two.
It was 100.
Do I need to roll a slide?
No.
Sweet.
Oh, you thought you did. You rolled
Yeah,
a 20.
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah.
You, rolled,
yeah.
you said you rolled a natural 20.
No, it was a, yeah, it was a natural 20.
He
Yeah, I rolled a natural 20.
He rolled a natural 20 to
He-
polish it.
Yeah, that's true.
Must
Of
be.
course he rolled a natural.
Polish your stone gnome.
Moving on.
Stomy Nomi.
My stomy,
Stone gnome.
stomy polished gnome.
Anyway, so yeah, these sort of
Could be
about
here for the
100
hour.
stone gnomes, sort of like are all
Are they
stone gnomes.
painted?
No, they're
my
just
God.
stone.
How many are there?
About 100.
I'm gonna-
All littering the front garden. There is a sort of a drawbridge style walkway up to the front door, which goes over the swamp.
I'm going to put one
These
of
are on
my...
little plinths, by the way. These gnomes.
It's all right. I'm going to put my... Because I'm pretty sure I didn't use all my magic stones earlier, so I'm going to put the leftover ones in his place.
In his place.
In his place, and
So
I'm
you
just...
took him.
That's what I said. Yeah,
Yeah,
stole
he's
the
stealing
gnome.
him.
Oh, I didn't realise you were stealing him.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's got 100. She's fine. He deserves
Roll.
a better home.
Roll a sleight of hand check then
Didn't
again.
get away with it.
He's going to go with
18.
Yep, you just pocket.
I don't
Little-
see it.
Not with your. Well, it depends if you're looking or not.
I don't think. Well, I'd be wondering
you
why
watching
he's
him?
taken so long on these gnomes.
So I guess you would be. Roll a perception check.
This is my side quest. Leave me alone.
It's terrible
Maybe I
anyway.
will.
Yeah. So no, you got away with it.
Excellent. I'm going to call you Paolo, and you shall forever be in my satchel.
Okay. You now have a stone gnome.
How
Gnome.
big is it?
It's probably about that big. So you look at it like,
Oh no, not in my bag!
yeah, like 40.
You're
about
going
40,
in my
45.
bag!
Yeah.
And then I'd turn around to you and be like, right then, shall we go in?
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for.
Sorry.
What have you been doing?
Look. Polishing some stone gnomes.
Some stone gnomes.
Stone gnomes.
Stone
Okay.
gnomes.
Stone gnomes.
We'll open it up.
Well, when you get to the front door, it's a double door, and it's got what looks to be brass, maybe brass-covered metal, maybe not solid brass, but lion heads with hoops in their mouths on the front knockers. But it's also got a pull cord as well next to it for a
Don't pull
bell.
it.
So
It's a dungeon. Everyone's seen those films.
I haven't seen the films.
What,
I have no
it's trap-
memories.
Yeah, when it's a trap door and you fall in and then you trap forever.
I lie and knock.
Okay, so you just go tum, tum, tum on the front door. There's a few beats, and then the door is opened, and you're greeted with what looks to be a human male, balding in a formal suit and a pencil-thin moustache. And he says, "Hello."
Oh, she's got a butler.
Do you not recognise this man?
Not at all, but I don't like him. I mean,
May I ask you your business?
Good morning / afternoon. I don't know what time it is.
It's afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is Apollonia around?
The lady of the house is in, yes?
The lady of the house.
We have. I hate this already. We have, we have come to offer our apologies to the lady of the house.
yeah.
Do you have an appointment?
No,
Tell her Potter's here.
she'll want to see us.
Very well. Come in.
We will.
You may wait in the waiting room.
That's what it's for.
Are you right there, friend?
I'm fine.
He's a heavy smoker.
That's the lights off. Waddles off.
It's my chair.
You do see that he is limping, though.
She beat her butler.
I can only make that assumption.
Can I use cure wounds on him?
Do you
Just-
want? Do you
I'm
wish to
gonna-
touch him?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
thank
touch his shoulder as he walks past me.
Okay.
Thank you, friend.
Roll.
Wasted that natural 20,
This is
didn't
one
you?
of the things that
You don't have to
changes
roll
lives.
a. You can just touch him. That's fine. You don't have to roll to touch.
I touch him.
You do on the shoulder, and you heal him
7
points.
+5.
So like you feel the familiar, like the spell coursing through your hand, warms, feels tingly. He feels it too,
It's weird.
and he kind of gives you a frown and then just limps off.
And I go. Didn't work.
What didn't work?
I just tried to make his limp go away.
Oh, well, that's nice of you.
Didn't work.
That's okay.
So you're in this small waiting room. It's got 3 well-appointed benches to which to sit upon. There is a family portrait of Apollinaire, a husband, and their 3 children.
Is the butler in the portrait?
No, the butler's not in the portrait.
Rude. Pretty rude.
There's also a bust of Apollinaire and a bust of her husband either side of the fireplace. And there's a fancy rug on the floor. There's sconces, like brass sconces, on the wall as well to hold torches or candles. Although they're not lit right now. And you
They are
wait
now.
there. They are now.
Don't know that. How do you?
My druid craft.
Yeah, he does.
Ah, well then.
Yeah, you can turn a candle on.
And then I
Okay.
take it out.
Before they come back, don't heal anyone or make any more fires without their consent.
Or poison.
Or poison them. That should be a given.
I'd be on my best behaviour.
I can already foresee this in us
No.
killing Apollinaire again.
There's no way this is meant to
Did you say that?
I will remove myself from the situation if I feel any rage coming through.
I just want to believe you.
I want to believe me too.
About 10 minutes go by,
Right.
and the butler returns. And he says, the lady of the house will see you now. Follow me.
Is your throat okay, sir?
It's fine.
Doesn't sound
Quite old.
Sounds painful.
It's a little bit painful.
Sounds like he's got hernia.
As he walks off. He takes you to a reception room, which is it's
Different
got
to the waiting room.
yeah.
I hate it.
There's so many rooms.
There
I
is
want
2
that
back-to-back couches in there. There's even more paintings in this
Back-to-back?
room. Yes, there's a couch facing one way, a couch facing another way.
She's a psychopath.
Back to back, there's a few armchairs in this room as well. There's a suit of armour in one corner. There's a much larger portrait oil painting above the larger fireplace, which has got Apollinaire and a
Bigger
husband
version of the
hunting.
last room.
No, it's just them hunting on horseback.
Knew she
through
was
the
a bad
swamps.
egg.
And there's multiple other pictures as well, like self-portraits, that kind of thing around. And there's also a piano in this room as well, in
Can
the
I
corner.
go and stand behind the suit of armour, look across and be like, "Here, I'm you."
It's pretty cute.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
I'm not gonna steal anything.
Can I just ask, who is she again? I know who she is in our story, but who is she?
Who even is
For the
she?
character.
Just a very nosy woman,
Who is
right?
she in
Yeah.
Blackmire?
Nosy
So she's one of the
people.
wealthiest landowners in Blackmire.
That's it.
And just a nosy.
But isn't she the mayor's
No.
No, she's
No.
just a nosy dude.
Just
isn't it?
really
Nellis Trist is the deputy mayor.
Nellist?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's the elf.
Correct.
This is Apollinaire is human, as far as you're aware.
She's just
crazy.
rich
She's very rich, yeah.
and nosy.
And nosy.
But
Yeah, they don't work. They don't have to work, so they occupy their time with like getting their noses in other people's business, basically.
She's out of character. Can you kill her? Can you use your smite?
I would love
Divine
to.
smite. 13.
13, yeah, you find. You kind of squeeze in behind the armour, because he's up against a wall, and he stands looming over the back of his armour.
Can I try and play the piano?
Sure. Still with
How
your
to play it?
gauntlets on?
Sure.
Right, roll a performance check with disadvantage, because you're wearing gauntlets.
11 plus 5. 16.
Play a
Surprisingly well.
surprisingly good that little ditty on the piano.
So beautiful.
Do you-
Bum, bum, bum.
Don't touch that piano, that's my husband's. As Apollinaire says, as she storms into the room.
I think
Sort of
we
a-
thank you for the beautiful music. Hello, Apollinaire.
Now it's you two.
Right there.
She just narrows her eyes, edging your way around
Back
the. Yeah. You kind of edge your way around, which is the more difficult route to go all the way around the.
It's a great first impression.
He like knocks the sword as it goes in his hand, nearly knocking out of the statue. No, not the statue, the suit of armor. And she says, "Why are you here?"
We wanted to apologise to you for what may have looked like murder.
It sure felt like murder.
But did the healing feel...
I died.
The healing felt great too, I imagine.
No, I was dead at the time.
Oh, you're alive, so were you dead?
You threw poison in my face. I could barely breathe.
I was just
You're a
asking him.
psychopath.
No, it was dust in the air. It looked like it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
She's on the back-to-back sofa, so she's a psychopath.
I'm sorry.
Compliment her decor.
Your decor is marvelous.
You are a liability. And you
That's
come...
everyone agrees.
We don't disagree with that.
I've brought many people back, and
And your family is nothing but trouble.
Hi, there's no need for that. We came here to apologise.
His family.
don't mention my
Bring
family.
his family into it.
No, well, I don't suppose you want your friends to know about your family past, do you?
There is no past. It's buried.
Some of us still remember.
Ignore this person. Nothing happened with my family. You know nothing.
You trying to threaten me again?
No. I just think that I've paid my dues and I'm living a different life now. Like, people don't need to know about my past, my family's past.
Didn't seem like you were living a different life when you threw poison in my face.
It wasn't poison. It wasn't real. You didn't die. You're here. Can you help me?
It's not an apology. It was real. It was poison.
It was
You did
poison.
kill her,
You're a bad
And
person.
you're sorry. That's what matters.
Did you say it was poison?
But I'm.
Your terrible apologies.
I think it's time for you to leave, both of you.
Don't leave.
And if I was you, I wouldn't put your stock in this one.
I don't judge people by their families. But
Judge
what-
him on his actions then.
Yeah.
Valid point.
You weren't there.
Oh, we were living here at the time. My
You-
father remembers.
But you weren't there.
Talk about how much he's a weak man again.
He's a coward. He's weak. He's a small bug-loving child living in a very tall body.
You do well to listen to her and not play on what you've misheard in town. I'm a good person and I'm here to do good. I just don't take well to people that are not nice.
I think you should do your good elsewhere. This town doesn't need you.
Apollinaire, you like other people's business.
I like to know what's going on in my town. Yes.
Yeah, that's why it makes you so useful. What's the cowboy's name?
Wexford.
It's Wexford
So
Daunting
Wexford,
of
I am-
Gordonfield.
Blah, blah, blah. I imagine
Her eyes go a little bit sort of glassy-eyed when you say so, Wixford. She kind of looks off a little bit.
Oh.
Like dreamy.
Ah.
I knew it.
I imagine someone of your stature must be well to do with Sir Wexford.
Well, I mean, you know, we have had our dealing with the Daunting families.
I bet you are.
Did you manage to catch up with him on his way through town?
Oh, no. We, often,
You were too
sometimes,
busy, I'm sure.
Indeed, yes. And we sometimes summer over in Sutton Shore.
Okay. Do you know where he was heading? Do you think he was heading back to Sutton Shore?
I would imagine so. No, nobody really wants to stay in these swamps for any longer than they need to.
What would have brought him through?
Oh, he's an incredibly brave young man. I'm sure he's doing good in this world.
I'm doing good. Shut up.
If I was to drop by to, I can't hold his name in my brain for more
So
than
Wexford Daunting.
Gorgeous man.
How might we introduce ourselves to show that we?
She scoffs.
We've
don't
been
think
sent
really
by
like
our
a-
good friend.
You really mix in the same kind of circles as the Dauntings, or
So you don't want
us.
us to mention you when we go for
Oh,
summer
we'll
with
mention
him
her.
in Sunshore. That's where we're headed next.
I doubt very much he'll get an audience with him.
Oh, we will.
Dream on.
Killer.
Click your fingers. Fire.
Just blah, 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 blah.
I don't want to prove her right.
Have you heard any more about
I wish Chad was
The-
here with his
had any
grief.
more suspects in the murder?
Not
Not
on your
you. You saw that one.
I don't busy my hands with that kind of.
You seemed busy with it that day.
You were all over the place.
That's for other people to investigate.
You were one of the first people on.
I
the
like to know
scene.
what's going on.
You had
yes.
your nosy beak right in there as soon as you could.
I think it's time for both of you to leave now.
I think you need to speak up. I think you-
Jerrykins,
No,
it's time for everyone to go.
you've hurt him. He's got a limp. I couldn't fix it.
Before we go, it's rude not to offer people lemon tart when they come into your home.
Yeah, where's the lemon? I'll be on my best behaviour. If not, Greece is hard to beat. What's the rest?
I think you've cracked.
Greece, it's hard to. What's
The apple
rest of
doesn't
that?
fall from the
You remember?
fall far from the tree. Fuck.
Tea.
You busted her.
Get out! And then the butler walks in.
Jerrykins.
It's like,
Jerrykins.
Hey, Jerry.
I'm gonna have to ask you both to leave the premises now.
All right.
He kind of just tries to shuffle around, guide you guys out.
Does he do it like that?
Jerrykins.
Come on, guys. It's time to go.
It's time for you to leave
All
now.
right.
Jerry, you've got so much more energy than we have.
He's very stiffly just, please.
We'll leave, but I've got a feeling we'll be back.
Well, no, we apologise. We're the bigger people.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss of your life, and we'll be back.
You will be sorry. She shouts from back in the
No, you will.
reception room. And
we learnt nothing. That was
the butler
waste
But
of
at
time.
least
ushers
you
you
got
out.
home.
At least you can know.
We know that it's history.
Yeah, you have explaining to do.
We know that Whitesford is dreamy.
He confirmed that, sure.
And double doors slam behind you. Chung. And the two ringed door knockers slam.
I'm proud of
Jingle.
you for not killing her again.
Again.
It was really hard. I don't want you listening to what she said about my family. That's
Do you have
just
something
hearsay.
to tell?
No.
It sounds like there's more you're not telling us.
No.
Does anyone else in your family have a perchance for murder?
I've distanced myself from my family. There's it was difficult, but I came from money, but I gave it up to live a better life, and that's all you need to know. I'm not that person. Let's go find others.
Meanwhile, so got Joanne. As Joanne? Yeah, Joanne and Chad. What are you both up to?
I'm still at Akaran's, I believe.
Yes.
I just got my note.
You did.
I would like,
Akran snoozing in his high back chair.
as long as he's okay. Seems like he's fine.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a temporary badge for myself
Okay.
until I can pick up my real one.
Cool. Why don't you do a performance check
Okay.
and see how well you homecraft your own badge.
Pretty. Oh wait, right there. 15.
Nice. You out of some cardboard backing, something like the thick papyrus. You cut some of it out, maybe even put it onto a bit of balsa wood, and affix it to your chest and write "Deputy" in quite a fine script on there.
So now I'm.
It's fancy.
Everybody knows.
Yep.
Another other campaign throwback.
Yep. I don't really need to do anything else at Akaran, so I'll go back and meet up with these two.
Yeah.
At the bait and switch.
Cool.
Bait
And switch.
switch.
Yep.
We can do
Sure.
it as well.
Joanne. So you were sitting on the stairs listening
Yes.
to Pip, talking to Harnost,
Yep.
giving her some, being a hype person.
Where is my boss?
Behind the bar, as he always is.
Cool. As I walk down the stairs, I'm going to change back to Mike. He's never seen me as Mike.
Okay. So you're going to change in front of everyone, or are you going to change before you come out into the main common room area?
I'm pretending that I'm wearing my dark red ball gown that I was
Oh, okay.
in. I'm
Yeah.
pretending
Yeah.
in my head.
Oh, in your
So
head.
I'm gliding down the stairs.
Yeah. But you look like Mike.
I'm
So you don't change out. You don't actually physically change from Joanne into Mike in front of people.
Yeah,
is what I'm
as
asking.
I'm gliding down
Oh,
the
you
stairs.
do?
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
you have the ball gun on that?
In my head I have, but I'm not.
Yeah.
So I'm just walking down the steps, changing into my phone.
Okay.
So there are some gasps when a couple of people see you at the corner right. Harnost is completely oblivious to what's going on. He's like concentrating on just restocking the shelves,
I hear
cleaning the glasses. Yeah.
Just waving.
Yeah.
And I'm going to walk up to him and say, I'm sorry that it didn't work out, boss man.
Who are you?
Savage.
I'm sorry that it didn't work out, boss man. I continue. I would like to apologise and would like to leave you with a little gift as I leave for the amount of work that I would have done if I was here. And I can't say the word. Prestidigitation.
Yeah, prestidigitation.
That one.
Yeah.
So the same amount of work that I would have done if I was here.
Yeah.
During the week, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
a
it's
week.
been about 15 days this month.
For the 15 days I would have been if I was here, I'm going to do the exact same, leave you with the exact same amount of work, which
Okay.
is I can instantaneously clean an object for an hour,
Yep.
and I cast that on the bar,
Okay.
and say, "You're welcome."
So
Phantom?
you instantly clean 1 cubic foot
Yes.
of bar.
I'm being
15 days.
15 days.
Yeah.
And you leave?
No,
No, you just stand there.
I walk towards Pip.
Okay.
And I look at the guy that I don't like,
Hamlet.
snooty face.
The lovely, happy singing guy.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you specifically choose that just for this one bit of this episode?
I've been thinking about it for so long. That's why I let Chad go first. So long. I ask him if he can bring us over some wine, please.
He gives you the finger guns and says, "Sure can." And he
Just like
kind of waddles towards his little legs
I
to
turn
the
around,
bar.
turn to Phantom and say,
Does he touch the thing, the braces?
No, he's holding like stuff. So, well, I suppose
Yeah.
actually in one hand, maybe he's doing that with just the one brace in one
Yeah.
hand while he's
Big
got the.
probably.
And then you just hear Harnost say to Hamlet, "Who is that?" And Hamlet just shrugs. Has he seen you as Mike, Hamlet? No. Yeah. And then he comes back over with red wine and 2 goblets. And he's like, all right, that'll be 5 silver pieces, please.
"Awesome, I'm going to finish this bottle and then I'll pay you after.
Okay.
Thanks."
He just cheerily
He's too trustworthy.
and goes off to another table, carries on like serving people. And you and Pip are drinking. And then it would have been you 2
We'll come back into the
walk in.
bar.
And you're coming as well, you're looking for them as well. Yeah, so you 3 all end up in the bait and switch as well.
What time of day is it?
Afternoon, mid-afternoon, 3 p.m, 3:30 p.m. Knocking off time.
If you don't want your wine, I'll have it.
I don't want it. You
Oh,
can have it. Thank you. I feel like we should spend the night here and just catch up on some rest.
In our
Catch up on
homes?
our lives.
Catch up on our
Yeah.
adventures.
This is our
In our
hometown.
homes?
Yeah.
I don't have a home.
Yeah, I've got him.
That's been rubbing it in.
You can
You can go back in
stay
that
at you can stay at Akran's. I'm sure there's plenty of room.
I also
The
need to
mayor's
stay at
house?
Akran's. I have no room here anymore.
Well, you don't want to be on my own, so I'm going to fiddle you that.
We're all going to.
Well, you've got
We're
your
all
house.
going to.
We're all going to Akron's for a
Why
sleepover.
don't I stay? Why don't
Well, you've got a place, Pip.
Why don't I stay at yours?
Let's do that.
You've got a place, Pip.
This is
I don't want to be on my own.
Pep, I don't want to stay on my own. At
I'll
my
stay
house,
on your
you know.
sofa.
All right. I've
Cool.
got a sofa.
Yeah, sure. If you have a sofa,
Yeah, I guess sofa.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Are we leaving?
do you want to?
I think it's only midday, so we've still
Oh,
got.
okay.
Well, it's about
cool.
3:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Stay for as long as you want.
What else is there to do in Blackmire for
There's
us?
not a lot
Yeah.
to do in Blackmire.
We just
Like,
wanted
in
to
general
bring the money
speaking.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
did that.
tomorrow when we get up,
Mhm.
should we go to?
Sutton Shower?
No, I was gonna say, before we go all the way to Sutton Shore, which is like 2-week round trip, we should go to Lumbergast.
We should go to
We should
Lumberjack.
go to-
Yeah. 100%. I want to see Chad in action.
I don't know
Yeah.
if he's ready for
Now they
it.
can respect.
Chad's ready for it.
Now they can respect my badge that nobody noticed.
Deputy.
Do you want to talk
I
about
made
it?
it myself. Thought I did a pretty good job. Spelled it right.
Yeah, if you roll really low, I would have had it like a backwards E. Like deputy.
Deputy.
Yeah. Well then, we just sleep.
Apparently, I have nothing to talk about.
Sit in silence like 6 hours and then go to bed.
It's not hours.
Potter, are you happy to see me, or is that a stone gnome in your pocket?
I'm always happy to see you, Chad.
When did you get that? Did you take that from her house?
What, she deserved that. She's got a 7. She's got 7 now, not 100.
Took 93 notes.
93 more.
I can't count, alright?
Um,
She had enough of the gnomes, and I really took a liking to this
if
one.
it was anyone else, I would tell you to march right back and.
She doesn't
take it back.
deserve it. She's greedy.
You're right. She's a greedy bitch.
Wow. Wow.
And I just like it, so it's mine.
That's not the right attitude.
I'm just sad you didn't get more.
We can go back.
We could
think
go
we'll
back.
have a little-
We could go back at night and steal her gnomes.
Should we do that?
No,
So,
we shouldn't
out-
do that.
Gnomes, I heard.
Out
No.
of character.
We
Out
should
of
not
character.
do that.
Do you think they'll have a little
Hang on.
turtle
Hang
and
on.
a little Aarakocra and
Out
a
of
little...
character, we were planning on going back.
That's why
when
we were going
everybody's
to stay at
resting.
classes tonight. And we don't want Aya to know about it.
Oh, Chad! Do you, having seen this and you saying you want it, I mean, if you want to come back to mine tonight, we'll talk about where else we could get one.
Sure.
All right? Go there, Mike.
I have no job now. I'm free.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Fancy a little sleepover?
I do.
Aya, why don't you go and look after
Akran.
Akran,
The mayor.
the mayor?
That's a lot
Because
of
I know you
responsibility.
appreciate your time reading. And
You look
your
really
time
tired.
with the mayor.
Thanks for trusting me with this responsibility.
You look really tired.
You look exhausted. Are you okay? Are you feeling okay?
I might kill
You don't.
Are you feeling okay?
I think you should
You don't
touch
like
her to sleep.
whoever you just saw. Anyways, right?
the frog. You're not supposed to be telling me that you're going back to the...
No, I'm just out of character.
Out of
Kind of. Yeah. Go hang out with Akron and my books.
I've added
Cool.
Paolo to my items, by the way.
Good.
Are we panicking too?
No, not at all. No, I was just looking at something.
So instead of just going straight to sleep, that's our plan.
We wait till nightfall and
Yeah.
break into Apollinaires' house.
Cool.
I'm drinking a lot more wine.
We don't
Okay.
need to break into her house, right? You
We
didn't
just
have to
get
go
the
through a
garden.
gate to
Oh
get to the
no,
garden.
absolutely breaking
You
into
could
her
go through the
house.
gate to get to a garden, yes. But you didn't have to go into the house.
Secretly breaking into her
I'll
house.
climb the roof.
Are we just gonna rearrange her furniture?
Why would we not break into her house?
Make the
She's-
couches face each other.
Yes, that's all I want to do.
Can we rescue Jerrykins because he's clearly not well.
I have a feeling that you healing him is gonna come back to bite us in the ass.
Yeah,
Didn't
now he's going to be too powerful.
He's gonna be too strong.
But I'm worried that
He's unlocked his true.
That's 7 points of healing.
he's so confused.
Topped him over to that 100 HP mark.
He's gonna be like, hench.
Yeah.
I think we have to go back and check on Jerrykins and rearrange the
Yeah.
sofas.
What if he's getting his own back and he's like absolutely destroying her, beating her up, destroying her?
Okay, wait and take it to a whole other
We should
level.
have clarified
Whole
that.
other level.
No one was thinking that.
I just wanted to steal a gnome.
I liked the rearranging furniture idea. That was the best.
Going to town.
What if he's
Why
absolutely...
did you say that? Why are you crying?
Does... Never mind.
Sorry.
So,
Nightfall.
you wait for
Nightfall.
nightfall. How much more alcohol have you consumed?
Don't get drunk.
I've lost count, and I'm talking to my boss man.
Roll a constitution saving throw. Roll 3 of them, in fact.
What?
Roll 3 constitution saving throws. Yeah.
Put to sleep.
Natural
Yeah.
20.
Nice.
Is she
So, yeah,
drunk?
that
She's not
first
coming.
bottle didn't even really affect you at all. So, really
You didn't
cognizant
drink
and erudite.
No. I'm a deputy now. I have
9.
responsibilities.
9. You're getting a little bit tipsy now. Like, you're kind of slurring your words a little bit.
11.
Yeah, you're sort of blotto now. You're singing in the bar, dancing with Hamlet.
Aya, I don't think Mike's very
Did-
well. I think you should take her back
Take
to
her back to
Akron.
Akron's.
Yeah.
And
You're still fine, you're still on your feet, but you're
Yeah.
very merry.
And what?
Merry.
Go for Mary.
Go for merry.
I
Cut that.
want to. He doesn't clear. I'm not drunk right now.
What in real life or anything?
I'm genuinely not. This is coffee. This is coffee.
Um,
I am getting the impression that he doesn't know who I am.
Yeah.
I'm getting quite upset at it. And I think that the last time I saw him,
Mhm.
I gave him a high five and he begrudgingly
True.
high fived me
Yes.
back. So I feel like if I can replicate that, he'll know exactly who I am, as if it's a secret handshake.
Okay.
Should we sneak out while she's doing that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Roll a. Well, okay. In that case, roll a persuasion check first of all to get Harnos to give you that coveted high five.
She's gonna ruin it.
17?
Yeah. So again, you convince him, and there's a little bit of flicker recognition in his eyes. You think you see, and then roll a perception check with disadvantage.
You're running away from me.
Because you're hammered.
It's alright, A is there.
I'm not hammered. What am I doing?
Perception check.
With advantage.
Disadvantage because you're drunk. A, I want you to do a perception check for me, please, as well.
8.
8.
With disadvantage? Or
No.
8?
You're not drunk.
Also 8.
You not
Also
drunk.
8. And then you 3 roll a stealth check to ditch these 2.
15.
15. You lizard stealth out.
15.
16.
16.
I rolled a 15. You rolled a 15.
Oh, I need to add it. Sorry.
16.
Then yeah, that's fine. You both, in the merriment of the bait and switch, you 3 manage to slip out unnoticed, and it takes you like a good 5 minutes to realise that they're not here anymore.
Did he high five me?
Harness high five. Totally high
I
five.
care about.
Yeah,
Does he remember who I am?
yeah. You think you see a recognition, a sort of flicker of recognition in his eyes.
No, I know, but he went through this already.
You asked him if you joined. He tells you if
He told you there's a
said
flicker of
There was a
recognition.
flicker of recognition as I asked to high five.
Yeah, he did high five you.
That's all I care about.
You're so drunk. Mike, go to bed.
Meanwhile, on the gnome heist, you 3.
Oh man, I'm so jealous. Can you get me a gnome?
So you make your way over to the Upper West Side, and off to Apollinaire's house.
I feel so naughty right now. We're not going to do any harm, no.
No, absolutely not. We're going to help.
What would be
He's
harm?
gonna-
You're the only one who's
Kurt.
learning
He's
from
gonna
him.
put grease everywhere.
Yeah, well, let's agree not to.
Shh. Okay. In your voices, no grease.
Grace, it's hard to beat.
You're a bad influence.
Don't cast grease.
It's right. Cast it now.
Shut.
I'm getting totally wrapped up in this paper.
Where are you right now?
Either of you.
You're now outside,
On the porch.
not on the porch, no, you're outside the property.
Right.
The gate is closed now because it's nighttime.
Yeah.
You see there's one dim candle in one small window in the upper right-hand corner of the house. Other than that, the house looks silent. It's dark.
We should definitely put like bags on our heads so nobody recognizes that it's a giant lizard, a
We
small
should put-
frog, and a tall tree man.
We should put gnomes on our heads.
Gnomes on our heads.
Are there gnomes big enough to fit over
No.
our heads?
What about gnome hats?
Hang on.
If
Where
you
would
got,
you
do you
get
have
gnome
gnome hats?
Break them off the gnomes.
They'd be- yeah, they'd be like-
It would be a good disguise, though.
Steal the gnome hats so you can put the gnome hats on so nobody can tell that you're stealing gnomes.
I
Yes.
have pass without trace.
Does anybody have a paper bag?
No, but I have pass without trace.
So we can sneak right through.
No one
That's
will find us.
Much better than a hat.
It's like a magic hat.
Oh, he's actually
I-
thinking of doing
can
a
I
fluid
cast-
one. But...
It on an object, and then
No,
put
it
the
has to
object
be-
on.
Has to be the person.
Fine.
Yeah. But you cast it as you're putting something on. Make it look like that's what's doing it.
Okay,
I feel so naughty.
we get 3 gnome hats.
Okay. Where
And I'm
are you
like-
getting gnome hats from?
We're chopping them off the.
Oh, you're not.
gnomes.
Oh, so you're going in.
Yeah, we
Yes.
got to get in through
Yeah.
the gate, right?
Okay.
Oh, it's just walking through a gate. Is that our?
Oh,
yeah,
who's-
it's
who's
a
going
locked gate,
first?
right?
You might be alarmed.
You could
Can
probably
you jump
step
over
over it.
Okay, before. Maybe I should cast pass without trace before we go into.
I
the
think we should have
Okay.
hatched a plan before.
No. This is exactly
is
the
our
way we
plan.
should have done this.
God, no,
I wanted to make
right,
it
what
look
we're
like it was the gnomes that was giving us the magic stuff, but I'm just going to cast pass
Yep.
without trace on us.
doing. It is done.
I don't have to do anything.
It is done.
Everyone has a plus 10 bonus on stealth checks and can't be traced.
Nice.
And then we go in.
Who's going in?
All of us.
Who's first?
Can you just jump over
I'll
the
just jump
gate
over it.
Okay.
and let us in?
So you'll go first.
Yeah.
Cool. So as you jump over, you get like over where the gate is, and then suddenly this like blaring horn sound starts going off, like a klaxon, as you jump through, and then you like keep going, and then you land on the drawbridge as it swings gently as you land there.
Drawbridge.
Yeah, and there's just klaxon just going off, and then you see the little candle that was in the top right hand corner in the window. It gets brighter in that room. And then another candle goes off in like a larger window in the top left-hand corner of
Hide.
the house.
Hide.
Is there hedges?
No, because it's built all on stilts on a swamp,
I'm just gonna lay down
and all of
there.
the gnomes are on plinths that are jutting out of the swamp. So you could dive into the swamp, or you could hide underneath the drawbridge, or you can try and make a run for it straight at the house and hide around the house somewhere under the porch, hanging down
But
from
we're
the
still on the other side of the gate,
all.
right?
yeah. Or you guys could just leg it.
Hide.
I grab Paolo from my
Yeah.
satchel and I.
Do you jump in?
On the other side of the gate.
I've got pass without trace
Um,
still, right?
I'm gonna hide under the drawbridge.
You're just on the other side. You're with me on the
I'm
other
a
side.
pin.
He has to
Yeah.
jump in, like over. He just has to step over the fence, basically, and into the swamp, and then just stand there like that, next to all the other.
Paolo in my hands.
Well, I can hold breath, so I'll dive in. I want to get one of these
You
gnomes.
just dive
Yeah.
straight in.
And then after I just can see they're all hidden. If someone comes downstairs, I'm gonna tell Bando to act as if
I forgot Bando.
he was the one that set off the alarm, and then to just fly away.
Okay,
I'm sorry, but there's something going on.
that's okay.
It's called roll over and die.
Sorry, there's something going on. I just have to be in shot for a second.
Oh,
I've been John.
hi John.
They recognise me from previous episodes. Such as,
I'll roll over and die.
You can come along.
The time I brought the tea. And
Always
remember
looking
where we
for
are.
that
But you-
limelight.
Tell you should remember where we go.
So as you're all hiding, Chad's under the water. You're acting like a plinth, and you're hanging under,
You're acting
under,
like
under the drawbridge. You see the butler come out, and he's wearing like a light blue, long sleeping robe, and he's got one of those hats on there. He's holding a candelabra, and he stands on the porch for a little while and looks about for about 20 seconds, and then
Jerrykin.
yeah,
Jerry
Jimmy
Jerrykins in his Jimmy James.
Like the dog.
and then Bando takes flight and goes off into the trees. Kind of narrows his eyes and steps out a little bit. He waits for about another 20 or 30 seconds, and then shrugs. Gets like a. Don't know, you can't quite see it in his hand actually. His hand is obscuring most of it, and it's night time, and waves it across, and then goes back inside and closes the door. And you see the light dimming on the first floor, and then you look up to the second floor, and the big light that's on eventually, after a few minutes, goes out, and then the smaller room, that light dims down again.
I will throw a rock out just to make sure that the alarm won't go off.
Okay.
Time.
So you
So you can get back out.
you gently like slip a stone out of one of the plinths. In fact, one of the stones that Parter left in place of
Yeah.
the gnome
One
he
of those
stole.
magic rocks.
No.
And you just
No, what do
just
they do?
huck
Blow
it
up.
Oh, fuck.
over, and then as soon as it passes like over the fence,
Oh my God.
the klaxon goes off, and then there's a an explosion in the distance,
Oh no.
and immediately the lights come back on, and like fast and
some
before, the
grenades?
front door gets thrown open, and he's out there, and he's got like brandishing a broom like a sword. He's got the candelabra in his hand, and he runs out sort of halfway along the drawbridge and starts like searching around, and then sort of Bando just kind of swoops by again. He's just like, "Ah,
Oh.
get away! Ah."
Um,
And he walks all the way over the drawbridge to the gate itself, starts peering over to like the sound of where that explosion went off.
I'm definitely like we're all silent, right?
yeah.
So you're under the water. We need to get somebody in there.
I think we should all just try and sneak in behind him.
Chad's still under the water.
I'm
he's got no
underwater.
idea.
If you see us sneak in, will you
Yeah.
follow us?
I will. I don't know if I can.
Do I just tap
you
in
can
through
just
the water?
you kind of like crocodile a little bit. The eyes.
You're staring directly
Who's the
at
crocodile
me.
now? Me. The answer is me. I am the crocodile now.
You
Yes.
want to be?
Who are you talking to?
Myself.
Blub, 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 blub. Okay. So you all you like use it like an upside down, well, laying down ladder and crawling along. You're doing a big wide step as a plinth. You're just like gliding
The
your
good
eyes
job
above the
is old.
surface along. And you pull yourself out of the water like Navy SEAL style, going onto a beach,
We're so sneaky.
and then you go
I've
into
got
the
some swamp mud and just gone.
Yeah.
and you go into the house. The front door is still wide open. You check around, and the butler is still kind of like searching around there, shrugs, and then gets that same thing out of his pocket, starts waving it about. And as you're
So confused.
you sort of patch your way in, leaving
Uh-oh.
2 sets of muddy footprints.
But we've passed without trace, so we can't be tracked. So surely he won't notice the footprints. Is that how it
Find
works?
out. I'm not
Are we stealthy?
sure.
That sounds
Let's
right.
find out together. Let's learn.
Let's learn
Together.
together. Yeah, the creatures that receive
the
this
worst.
bonus leave behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Wow.
It's a good
So like
spell.
the mud just sticks to the underside of your
Well
feet as you
done.
squelch around, but
Yeah.
leaves no trace as you're walking around.
That's why you brought Pip.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
idea.
you know, inside the hall on the right hand side there is a staircase. On the left there is the waiting room, and then next to that is the reception room. And you don't know the layout of the rest of the
I
house.
assume he's going to go back upstairs, so we
Yeah.
should go into the reception room.
Yes.
You know, with the weird sofas that we could.
I'm
That we've
obviously
never
going to
seen
guide you.
before.
I'm going to be
Yeah.
like,
With the
there's silvers in there and armour. Let's go do
And
something with it.
Yeah, let's go into the.
So you gently sneak into the downstairs
Yeah.
room.
Did anybody pick up any of the dwarves, gnomes from outside?
I'd like to do that on the way out so I can.
It's not weighing you down.
Yeah.
Just thinking we should put a gnome inside the armour so it just looks like.
Should we take the armor?
Well, there is 2
How are
busts.
we going to take the armor?
We'll put somebody
There
in
is-
it.
When you say somebody.
With Pass Out a Chase, you could put the armour on and sneak around in there. And it probably would be okay.
I'm
so
not
we're putting
doing
the armor
that.
on.
Okay, fine, I'll put the armor on.
Aren't you
I
too
don't think
small?
it'll fit you.
Yeah, you're too
Who
small.
would it fit?
It would.
You're too tall and
it's-
skinny and you're too
You're,
buff.
I've
you're
got a
way too
tail.
buff. you're way too small.
We can all take different parts.
Thank
I'll take a
God.
helmet.
It's like,
You take the arms.
we'll all
You
be
take the
part
legs.
of the armor.
Yeah,
Part-
we'll be
part
like
of the
a
armour.
like Power
Yeah, yeah,
Rangers.
yeah.
The armour.
Parter could technically wear it all.
Power Rangers
He's
are
thin enough.
Like the-
There would just be massive
With, like,
gaps in
different parts of
between,
armour,
like
right?
the elbows and the knees and the belly. Parter could wear it all if you wanted to, but there'd be big gaps
I put
Do
it
it.
all
in
on.
the sections.
Why are we
Can I-
doing
I
this?
put it all
Oh,
on.
okay. Right.
You can
Oh,
have,
no, do you want
you can
some?
have the helmet. I
just
mean,
want the
unless
helmet.
he says
You take the helmet.
Yes.
And I put the rest on.
it's your snoot is just like
It's
straight
so
out of
open
the
at all
open up,
times.
and it's just snoot.
Is there anything I can wear? I feel a bit left out now that they're all getting dressed up.
There's not any like wearable items other than unless you want to put like
want
gauntlets
the
or
helmet?
greaves or.
I can put on the pants.
I think the helmet would like come up to here on me.
Do you want the gauntlet
We
gloves?
could put one of the legs on my tail, and then you could have the helmet.
Let's do it.
Is there any
And
sort
he's
of
wearing one leg.
Yeah.
animal rug on the floor?
Yeah, they look like they are sort of hunting aficionados.
Does it still have a head on it?
Yeah.
Can I put the rug on me?
And
Is
just wrap
there-
the paws around
Yeah.
the front of you.
Are there curtains in the house? In the-
Yes, there is.
So I'm wearing the armour. I'm
Yeah.
going to go up to the curtains and I'm going to look at these two and go like, psst, psst.
Kill.
Spot on.
Oh, kill.
We can never tell her about this.
They can't trace you, but they can trace the missing items in the range.
No, that's part of us now. Right.
And you hear the front door close,
Yeah.
and then you hear footsteps coming down the stairs.
I'm going to go to the corner.
Okay,
I fall on the floor.
yeah, fair enough.
I'm gonna hide behind the curtain.
Cool. Snoop,
Snoot out, feet bottom.
the classic. And
Can't do
then
it, I'll rip them.
Parto, you're the only person that can see.
Mhm.
You see the front door open and light spilling in, and it's the butler, and he's still got his broom, And then there is behind him a man you would know actually is her husband. Yeah, Herbicious.
All right.
This is fine.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Herbicious.
Vicious.
Vicious. I was like,
A vicious.
Vicious husband. He's behind the butler, and he's holding an iron poker,
But they didn't hear anyone come in.
yeah.
and they're just looking around. They don't see anything. Like the candle just like passes over the curtain with some obvious bulges in it. They see nothing.
Perfectly still.
They see that it passes over the suit of armor, which is now 2 feet taller than it was before. They see nothing. It passes over the rug on the floor, which now got a little bulge in it. They see nothing.
We're fine.
Cool.
And
wait
they
till they go out.
gently close the door, whispering.
That is quite the spell.
Quite this bad.
They sound like a.
Actually, I will give them a perception check. It's unlikely. Yeah, no.
Okay.
None of them see you.
See nothing.
And you hear them like opening and closing doors in the hallway, and then it gets like
Faint.
fainter and fainter, and then eventually you hear them walking up the stairs.
Why are the couches facing the wrong ways?
It's ridiculous. This is insane. This is a house of an insane person.
I think we need to put them the right
These
way
people are
round.
monsters.
Let's turn the sofas around.
Let's go to each room.
No. No.
I think we need to put grease somewhere.
Well, we're definitely greasing this place.
If we
Preferably on the
grease this place,
steps.
they'll know it was us.
No, they won't.
It's gonna like break their neck.
Everyone
I'm
does.
gonna grease the stairs.
Put a magic
Maybe I should
stone.
grease the stairs.
There's still a magic stone outside. I could put that at the bottom of the stairs.
Don't
You put some
blow
grease at
them
the
up.
Just
top.
explode them.
Just put a mine on the bottom of the stairs.
It's like some idea of a film called like Home Together or Home
Solo
Solo.
house.
Solo.
Yeah.
Solo
Solo
Home.
house.
Something like that. Great idea for a film.
Solo phone home.
I
I think we should just focus
Let's
on the
rearrange-
sofas for now.
I only came here under the assumption that I was getting a gnome.
Is this how you thought our return to Blackmire would go?
And you
I
said
was
there
like-
was nothing here.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'll just like wrap this up in the first 20 minutes, and then we'll be on our way to Sunshaw.
Of course. We
Well,
rearrange the sofas.
we'll
Yes.
wrap this up
Rear
when we
end
want.
sofas. We're still wearing our armor and our
Why do I let you do these
Fur?
things?
animal skin. What
Are
you
we?
wearing?
Are
What
we
kind of
gonna?
animal?
What are we gonna do with it? Are we gonna keep it?
What?
The armor.
But yeah,
All right.
you just put it on to look nice.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. I think we
Really?
can do something silly. We should get.
I think we can all take one thing each. You've already got a gnome.
Their dignity.
Get a sofa.
I'm gonna take the sofa. I'm not taking the sofa.
I know
You can
what.
pick one thing that's small.
I've got my gnome. I know what I'm gonna do in my replace. I'm gonna do something in a
Well, if
second.
you've already
What
got
are
a
you gonna
gnome,
do?
Nothing bad.
And then what are you gonna
Nothing
do?
bad.
if you've already got a gnome, I'm gonna keep this helmet on my head.
Okay.
What are you taking?
I'm sneaking out of the room.
So, just so you know, you are wearing the pelt of a giant hyena. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
That's keep it.
Keep it.
Keep
Keep
it
the
because we're not gonna be around in Blackmire. are we?
Can I somehow transition it into like a coat?
Yeah, you could definitely take it to a tailor or a tanner
I keep.
and get it
Okay,
converted
yeah.
somewhere else.
I keep it.
Helmet,
Helmet.
Hyena.
pelt.
Gnome.
Gnome. I'm keeping my gnome.
Gives
I'm,
you
I'm
an-
gonna
Take
put the
anything
armor
for
back.
Our friends.
Aya will be so
Oh, she will then
mad
know,
at
yeah.
us.
Mike definitely.
Mike,
needs it.
I think she'll look like a gnome.
She's probably like a gnome or an exploding rock.
I think we should find the most emo gnome. No,
We
not,
should
not,
find-
we can make her an exploding rock. Probably not when she's drunk.
We should find her an emo gnome.
Any gnome?
Emo.
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 While they're discussing what gnome to take, I'm going to sneak out of the
Gnome.
room and I'm going to try and find like a study or an office. Of
Okay.
the colony.
Oh.
I hadn't planned this building out.
No, I was just wondering,
I have
would-
no
would
idea
their-
what's inside this building.
Would their study be on the ground floor or the upper floor?
Ground floor.
It's on the ground floor. So on the opposite side to where the reception room is, there is a study / library / it's got a telescope in it.
I look through the telescope.
Okay, it's pointing at the sky. It's very clear. It's got no
See Bando
pollution.
flying by.
yeah, it's like right, looking at like giant eye. No, you just see constellations, Yeah, you see the moon,
Green.
part of the moon. That's you see through it.
Can I look through the desk and see if there's any letters that seem important?
Sure.
And
Image of you.
maybe
Roll.
anything to do with Sir Wexford or
Roll an investigation check.
names that I recognise.
Hmm.
Oh, that was almost a 17.
That was almost a 17. It is a 5.
5. Looking through, I mean, you get almost instantly bored. You've been having such a good night, like having a few drinks and like the adrenaline of like being in a house where you shouldn't be, and then you're like, oh, it's just like land deeds and like
Oh, so
her
boring.
complaining to like the mayor, like in several reams of paper. And you're like,
I immediately regret it.
and you're just like, no, this is boring.
Is there anything else in the room that looks interesting?
There's a whole like library of books in here.
I
There's a
don't really
globe.
like books.
One of those like fancy globes, quite big.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Does it open up?
I was gonna think. Can I look at the globe and see if it's a secret hiding?
Sure, investigate it as well.
A secret globe.
If you're looking at the globe, is there anything? That doesn't really help us. Never mind.
Is there anything on the
Like
globe?
where there's about like other places in the world
Yeah.
that we've never seen.
Oh yeah.
You
I
could
can't
just, like-
It'll be,
map out the
it'll be
entire
like
globe.
10 years until we get there.
Just, yeah.
You can just
seven-
like it's etch it.
Yeah. 17.
17. Yeah, you find that there's a little latch on the front. You can undo the latch, and the top of it just goes back. And in there's a little circular vial
15.
holder,
Is it?
and there are 5 vials in there.
I take them all.
And all stop it up with little corks.
I have.
And when you
a
shake
little
them-
potions thing.
They sort of are luminous red.
So 5 vials of luminous red.
Yes.
I take them all. I have no idea.
You drink them all.
Nope.
Make part to drink.
Got 80 feet tall.
Is that kind of the only interesting thing? In it?
I mean, it depends on like what interests you.
Um,
There's like animal skulls on the wall.
anything that looks like out of place or like it's been used very recently. That's not like a pen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, roll a perception check then in that case.
Is that a 9 or a 6?
9.
Perception 9 plus 7.
16. You see that there's a book. It's blue leather with gold inlay in it, and it's slightly protruding out of the bookshelf.
Do you think it's a trapdoor?
And it's got like sheaves of paper stuck into it.
I take it.
When you pull it, there's some resistance to it.
I take it harder.
When you pull it harder, the bookshelf clicks.
These guys do kill people in their creepy
I
house.
It's not going to go down to the cellar because it's on stilts.
I told you the thing on the. I mean, I pad softly
Okay.
back into the room and like.
What are you two doing? Like when she catches you in the room?
Playing around in our armor.
What are you doing when I
I'm
catch you?
flapping, I'm flapping the curtains, making like ASMR jokes.
Okay.
Around the head.
Brilliant.
Out of character.
Pip comes in, beckons you.
I make us all stand really close to the bookshelf, like weirdly close, and then I pull the book really hard and try and like push the book.
And it clicks, and the bookshelf starts opening outwards, so further out of the room. And there is a stone. No, not stone. Well, bottom half is stone, top half is wooden, and there's like a secret corridor that runs parallel to this room.
We go down the secret corridor.
Yes.
It's a little bit of a squeeze, and in one about normal human height, so looking about sort of like 5'5" off the floor, but also there's a little step at the bottom. There's 2 little holes in halfway down the corridor.
Go for it. Dirty perv.
I look through the weird peephole.
So you like pull yourself up and put one eye, because your eyes are like not human orientated. Just put one eye to it, and you can see into a dining room.
The dining room.
Is there anything else in this tunnel?
Yeah, it keeps going.
Just keep going.
Do you recognize this dining room? Like
You've never
were you
really
there?
been into
No.
the Grossman's house.
How far have we walked? Like, do you think
Oh,
we're walking?
that was only about 10 feet down.
So that's the next door
Okay.
neighbour or same
Oh,
house?
That's, is that
Same
still
house.
in her house?
It's not
Okay.
a house, yeah.
That's even weirder. I guess we keep walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it ends in a still quite a nice lacquered door. in front of you.
Do we open the door? I open the door.
Okay.
Sorry, I've got
I
extra
plug my
armor
ears
on.
through my helmet.
Yeah, Claxton's going
I
off.
already opened the door. I can't do anything about
So no klaxons go off.
Oh, phew. But.
Inside, there is it's probably about 10 feet. Yeah, about 10 feet by 10 feet room. So it's not massive. But this also has a bookshelf in it. And it has a writing desk, some writing implements, and it has it's a barrel in one corner, and a crate. And the crate on top of it's got a Hessian sack on it.
I know what that is.
Yes.
It's full of mushrooms.
Exactly. Excuse me. Take a drink. Throat.
it. Tim's so excited that we found this obscure secret room.
Yeah. And there is a big portrait of a young man. But you don't recognize a young man.
Clothed.
Just checking she's not.
Clothed. Wearing quite fine attire, like red and black, and has like quite a frilly
Yeah.
shirt.
Does he look
On
like
under
he
you.
could be called Wexford?
Sir Count Wexford of Wexford.
Yeah, is there any
Wexford
sort of
Dawn-
plaque on the painting?
Is he wearing leather?
But when you,
Is he wearing leather?
he's not wearing leather. No. He's
Not-
wearing
not
like a
sexy.
very formal clothes. Looks quite pale, slick back dark hair. The background itself is of forest. Looks a little bit like the Lurking Wood, but it's at night time. So that is all greys and dark blues, black shadows behind him. It's quite an ominous looking picture, although his features aren't scary. There's something about it that doesn't look quite right.
Can we investigate it further? Just to kind
Yeah.
Can we investigate the room?
Is the
Sure.
painting in Ghostbusters?
Can I look at the desk?
if there's any pink goo in it.
So who's looking at what?
I'm looking at the painting.
Desk.
I've got Paolo out, and I'm like, oh, look
You're
at him.
Showing.
He looks like a brat.
Why is Paolo so...
Are you investigating or playing?
It's my new friend.
So you roll an investigation check on the painting first of all.
That was cocked.
It was cocked.
3.
Again, it just looks a bit odd. You kind of run your fingers down the side. The painting still moves. You look at the painting a little bit closer. It's just weird. And then you're like mostly talking to Paolo.
Does it move like a painting?
Yeah,
does?
it just shifts left and right when he picks it up.
So it's not a secret.
When his finger behind it, what are you doing?
It's just the desk and the painting in the room, right?
And the library books,
Oh,
and
you're
the
checking the
barrel,
desk.
and the crate, and the sack.
I will investigate what's in the sack and barrel.
In the barrel, roll an investigation check. About to tell you. I was like, well.
Natural one.
Oh.
I bring all the wrong people with me on these trips.
So you try and pick it up. Yeah, you can pick it up.
It's heavy.
Great.
It is pretty heavy.
Painting.
And then you sit on the sack.
Does it
We could have put
make a
this
noise?
over my head.
You could do. It would totally work. You just have to cut like the holes out of it. So roll an investigation check of the.
I better do well. This is really embarrassing.
Well, there's nothing in this room.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Yeah. 22.
But what did you actually get?
4.
4. Oh, no. And again, you look at the notes and you pick up the first one and it just crumbles in your hand. You're like, oh, that's weird. And just kind of turns to like dust as you pick it up.
So this room's weird, right, guys?
This is a very weird room.
Kind of feel like we shouldn't be here, but maybe we come back.
I know.
Why wouldn't you feel like you should be in a secret room in someone else's house?
In the middle
With
of the
eye
night.
holes?
With eye holes in it?
Oh yeah. Did you check to see if there were eye holes in this painting?
I checked the whole painting. It just I didn't see much.
Can I check the painting
For eye holes specifically?
for anything that he is?
Well, we've already done like investigations on each one.
We haven't checked the
Probably.
bookshelf yet, though.
No,
True.
you haven't.
Let's
Which-
all
I'll check the
investigate the
bookshelf.
bookshelf.
So all 3 of you.
Yes.
Maybe there's
It's
something.
got to be this.
Okay, I'll let you all do investigation on the bookshelf because there are so many books.
I did good on this one. 15.
15?
Yep.
8.
8.
Books.
So with the 8s, yeah, again, it's like a lot of them are loose-leafed, bound together journals. And so you have to like take them out, flick through them. A couple of them are in like languages you don't read. Oh, that's boring. Put that back. And I pick up another book, and it's just like the history of like what the world used to be. So that's boring. Put that back. You do find something, a journal. A journal by von Hertingstein.
Von Hertingstein.
So it's VON space Hertong. So HERTUNG Stein.
Stein's journal.
And this one seems to be an account of like the two families between von Hertingstein and the Grossmans. And they seem to have quite a close relationship. You'd have to read it more in your own time to sort of establish what that is, but it seems fairly significant.
Okay.
Um,
You don't know why, you just get a feeling about that book. It's also got this big, ominous family crest that's in wax in the inside page as well.
Cool.
It's got like a crown and a sword on it, and a raven and a lyre, like a small harp. And then it's got a unicorn and a bear on it.
What else is on it?
It's also wreathed in like ivy that goes around the outside,
Yeah.
and it's like on a shield. And it's on. You can't tell what the colours are going to be.
Why did you ask him?
But-
You know he'll go on forever.
And so, when you look at it a bit later,
Two
Um,
truths and a lie.
and a lyre.
Oh,
No, sorry. Don't read into that.
I did not write any of those pieces down.
Unicorn.
you
If only
know
we
who
were
likes
recording
books?
this.
Shield.
Me?
You know who
Okay.
likes books?
Me.
Aya.
Me like books.
I
I like
think,
listen, but
I think Aya likes books more than you. Maybe she wouldn't be so mad at us if we
Yeah.
brought her back a secret book.
Ooh, yeah, good call.
Mm.
Oh, I think that's genius idea.
don't
Yeah,
tell me when you
and-
play the secret.
We
Into the swap with it.
we gotta find a secret room.
Someone else's house.
Remembering that the Grossmans know about Pater
Mhm.
and his family.
Mhm.
Your last name's Teray, right?
Yeah.
Teray? Can I see if I can see anything that's written Teray?
If you had passed your investigation, maybe you would have done. But you didn't. Maybe that note
it
that fell
sick
apart
though?
in
Do I
dust and
recognise?
something
Do
about
I
it.
recognise anything to do
With an
these
8.
families?
No.
I think we need to return here with our friends.
Yeah.
Is there anything we should just take just in case?
I don't understand this room, but clearly there's something wrong with that painting. There's something wrong with this desk, and these books are obviously secret, but we're all too dumb to know what it is.
All right. Not all of you.
We could have easily
Yeah.
followed you guys here
You're drunk.
and been outside.
If
Hey,
you
drank
had
two bottles of wine.
I've got the
passed,
blessing of you on, and I can slip in shadows and.
I think you're already
leather.
asleep.
I
already carried you.
You're just not.
you're saying all that, but you're face down on the table in the bar.
I'm the champion. I'm the champion.
Should we come back here,
Yeah.
or should?
What,
This
is
doesn't
the
go any
Hessian sack
further.
filled
Maybe
with
a bit.
stuff?
Truly.
Is the Hessian sack filled with stuff?
Maybe, but Chad's sitting on it right now.
Can I just empty it out and take the Hessian sack?
Yeah.
Alright, do that.
What fell out?
It's just, it looks like it was dried goods, like dried jerky, salted fish, meat, that kind of thing.
Do you,
Can you put it back in the bag and I can take it?
You
Put it
couldn't
in the
figure
bag.
out what was in it before.
I've gone on.
Food.
Shouldn't have sat on that.
I'm going to use. How big's the Hessian sack?
It's probably about 2 feet
Oh, maybe
by
not
about a
these.
foot.
is there anything else we can do in this room?
I don't think so.
Take the sack and put gnomes in it.
I ask as I lean on the painting.
You just press.
Push your
Into
hand
the-
right through.
Yeah, you just. Actually, yeah. Roll
Sorry.
a dexterity check.
Uh-oh.
It's okay, you're pretty good at these.
Is that's a
That's a
6?
6.
Sorry.
Just straight deck.
Yeah, straight
6
dex.
plus 5.
11. Okay, that's enough. And you put your hand there and it kind of bows in, like, and you nearly tear the painting and you just pull your hand off in time before you put your hand through it.
So what have we done? We've investigated the desk, or have you investigated?
I've checked the desk and I found nothing. You checked the painting and you found nothing. And we found
Found
one
a
book
I found a secret
Alright.
book
about
and a bag
So
of
maybe-
Fartingstein.
Maybe I'm going to rethink why I emptied that. I'm not going to do what I was going to do with that sack.
Mhm.
I'm just going to fill it back up and put it back in its place. Maybe we should just and come back.
Yeah, I won't eat anything.
Don't
Sure.
eat anything.
It's fine. I just ate something. It's okay.
Okay.
I was just hungry.
Do we give up? with
Let's
this
sneak
one?
out.
I think we take the book and then we come back another time when
Yeah.
we figure it
Everybody
out
grab
what
their
it might
stuff.
be.
Let's go grab a gnome for Mike and then go check on Akaran. And
I've got one last thing I want to do.
We rearranged this.
Okay.
Okay.
I got one last thing I got to do. I'll
You gonna
put,
grease
I'll
it?
put the armor back and then one thing and I'll be back.
Don't you dare.
Okay,
Don't
so
do it.
Parter skips off. Do you keep the helmet?
If we
I'm keeping the helmet.
if we plan to come back, should we leave literally no trace that we've been here?
No.
Because then they'll be on guard, right?
Yeah. Well, there is a missing helmet and a missing.
Should we leave those behind?
I'm gonna put the armor back. Remember.
I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
but you've
I'm
got the
gonna
helmet.
put the rug back.
Fine.
You put the rock
But
back?
next time we come here,
We're
I'm
taking
this
everything.
helmet. We're taking everything. I'm taking that
So you
telescope.
return everything.
Put the helmet back.
Okay.
Are you putting the helmet?
So they follow you
back?
Yeah.
into the
Okay.
reception room.
Cool.
And you put everything back.
Mhm.
Everything's in its place. Ish.
By helmet.
What are you going to do? Remembering we're coming back tomorrow night.
I gotta.
No.
I'm gonna.
He's
You
gonna
want me
have
to
a
grease? Oh wait, no, I shouldn't grease
Don't
the
grease
house down.
anything.
No. No grease.
He's going to take
It'll be alright. No, I'm not gonna take a poo. Right? I don't need a poo right now.
good.
That's why I put the Hessian sack back. But if you get to the front door,
and run.
pick up the gnome
Yeah.
and the gnome.
Yeah.
Gnome. I'll be down in 2 minutes, but
No.
So,
Prepare
I'm
to
taking the
run.
helmet. I'm taking the helmet. I'm greasing.
Prepare.
We're never coming back.
We're just going to
Burn our
say,
bridges.
fuck this creepy secret room that clearly has a lot of information.
have we shut the door properly? as
and
well?
any
Have we put?
I'm okay. I'm okay coming back. I don't know if we're gonna get out of here without him.
No, you get ready to run. You'll be alright.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we're ever coming back
leave
here.
the helmet. Please leave the helmet. They'll trace the helmet right back to us.
All right,
Up to you. It's
we're,
totally up to
we're,
you. Up to whatever you want to do.
you and
It's
I
not up
both
to you.
know we're never coming back here.
We are.
What would your character do?
Don't listen to that. Devil on your
What
shoulder.
would Chad do?
Think Chad.
Chad is okay, leaving under the assumption that we can come back
Yes.
and steal more stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
However,
You don't
Exactly,
Know,
end
you,
of
don't know,
sentence.
you don't know what he's about to do.
Yeah.
No one knows.
Yeah.
That's true.
but you do know what Parter's like.
I do know what Potter's
he,
like.
He did just ask you to go ahead and
prepared
leave
to
without
run.
Because he was
him.
gonna do one last thing.
Yeah.
I think Chad would trust him.
Okay.
On his
Pip, are you going to go with
murderous
help
good
Chad
will.
out?
There's no
picking
murder.
gnomes?
I promise.
He just stabs her in the face. and
Yes.
runs.
Run!
From my family.
I was lying. We can never come back.
She's dead now.
I will believe you on the promise that whatever you do, we will
Wait.
be able to come back tomorrow night without them knowing we were here tonight.
I promise you, because that stealthy stuff's still going on, right? Just checking. Right.
But if
I
you
pro-
blow up the house, that doesn't matter.
I'm not the
leave
one
a
that
poo
threw
on
one
the
of my
floor
magic
either.
stones. All right. I promise you, if this goes well and we run quickly, none the wiser. It
Don't
won't
say
be
it.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Don't say
find
it. You can read it, but
emo,
don't say it.
Okay.
emo gnome.
Okay, yeah, I believe them and I run
Both of
very
you,
far.
both of you roll perception checks to select a gnome or a gnomo.
15.
15, that's good.
14.
14 is also good. Between the two of you, you
I thought you
find.
were going to pull out a gnome there.
Just haven't had these sack of gnomes. Sure. There's all like different types of gnome. A lot of them, I'd say like 40 to 60% of them are your traditional gnome. But then there are other ones. Obviously, you see she's either commissioned or bought these ones and then gone like, oh, I've got a fishing gnome. I've got a cobbler gnome. You know, I've
Would
got
this
a
be
mining
offensive to
gnome.
not know?
Maybe. Yeah.
Probably.
We should just take
And
this
then
in.
there's other types of gnomes.
Should we bring more for Naprock?
Let's put an on there.
We got
Yeah,
you some
pay them.
friends.
And then you just
Something to
see
remember us by when we're off.
Oh, thank you.
you see all different types of gnomes. You see like a little turtle gnome on there, and you
I changed
see
my mind. I'm taking more than one gnome.
and you see a like an eagle-y owl-esque type gnome on there as well, and you see a like a demonic-y style tiefling-esque gnome
We have to destroy it.
You see a deformed
and you see like a snake like gnome as well.
Nobody can ever know.
I take the tiefling
Shame,
gnome.
baby.
I take the
Secret
tiefling gnome.
Absolutely have to take.
Actually, no, I take as many gnomes as I can carry.
Yeah, we have to, we're loading.
All of it.
Go back and get the Hessian sack. We're loading up on gnomes.
Maybe I
should have
should.
brought it. Go get it.
I'd go back and get this. No, I don't. I don't.
You've got a bag with you.
I've got a bag.
You do have a bag.
I'll just put
Take
the
them
gnomes in
all.
my bag.
Yeah.
I take all of us from our
So,
past campaign that is
Wait,
somehow
but then
here.
hold on. Then there's still gonna be alert tomorrow because a bunch of gnomes are missing.
That's not my bag. Do
Oh,
whatever you want
They
in that
won't
house.
trace you though.
They wouldn't.
No,
I want to go back and get the helmet.
don't go back in the house. He's about to do something.
Okay.
You're coming back tomorrow.
Meanwhile, so you've made that decision. You're running back inside.
No,
Up to you.
What would your character
Focus
Not
on
run
the
back
gnomes.
inside.
But
Well, actually,
slide back inside.
Just make sure our party is safe.
Focus on the gnomes.
yeah. I'm so torn. Okay, yes, the gnomes are definitely distracting.
Okay.
I'm focused on gnomes.
You got that gnome vision. Parter.
Oi.
What do you do? So they're loading up on gnomes. They're pretty much finished, and they're walking over the bridge.
I'm walking upstairs, giggling to myself.
We roll another stealth check for me.
Where are you going?
Should we replace the gnomes with not exploding rocks?
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, giggling to yourself. You get up to that landing. You see a faint light coming down from when you get up to the landing. It's your left-hand side.
Do I
Down the hallway,
know?
from underneath the door?
Would I have been able to work out which room was the butler's, and which one was
Yes.
theirs?
So the one with the light coming out from under the door, you think is the butler's.
Cool. I head towards the other door.
Okay.
Is it open? Or is it closed?
There's 4 other doors here. You're going to go to the one that had the light when the light came on.
Yeah.
The other one. Yeah, you can pretty much work that out.
Yeah, so I can work
Yeah,
that separate.
Remember they
bedroom.
have children.
All right. No one's going to come to any harm.
This is fine.
I giggle to myself, just very quietly. On
Okay.
And then
Intrigued.
so the door's shut or
Yeah.
open.
Yes,
Shut.
it's shut.
I very discreetly open it a little bit.
Okay.
Just so I can.
Yep. Yeah,
see.
ever so slightly creaks.
Yeah. I'll wait. Do I hear anything?
Hear some heavy breathing from the inside. Slow breathing.
You're the boogeyman.
Is it like struggling?
No,
Like an old person that you shouldn't injure or do anything to?
it's like a.
I hate mouth breathers.
I'll be like, serves you right for being a smelly old cow, and then I go, okay. And I cast Stinking Cloud.
Oh God. Okay, you do that, and then you close the door
And
After
run.
you?
You're gonna suffocate them.
and run.
You idiot.
Yeah. Do you, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to roll
No, I
anything.
don't need to run. They're sleeping. I don't need to roll anything.
No. You just double.
There's no damage on it.
No, I'm just reading it.
I double checked.
I quadruple checked. Do
Can you read out what it?
you want me to read it?
So, well, some of the components, and it might give you a clue about what it does. Some of the components you use to cast the spell is a rotten egg or several skunk cabbage leaves, which I assume as a druid you'd easily come by.
Such a teenage
But yeah,
boy.
you can read it if you want.
I created a 20-foot radius sphere of yellow, nauseating gas centered on a point within range. The husband's bum.
I think in a 20-foot radius it's going to be very difficult to establish the origin of this, but fair enough.
The cloud spreads around corners, and its area is heavily obscured. The cloud lingers in the air for the duration,
Which is up to 1 minute.
which is up to 1 minute. Each creature that is completely within the cloud at the start of its turn must make a Constitution saving throw against poison. On a failed save, the creature spends its action at that turn retching and reeling. Creatures that don't need to breathe or are immune to poison automatically succeed on this saving throw. A moderate wind, at least 10 miles an hour, disperses the cloud after 4 rounds. A strong wind, at least 20 miles per hour, disperses it after 1 round.
So as you leg it out, you start hearing coughing, and then spluttering, and then just.
That's great.
And then someone fumbling at the door, and there's more.
You just see me running past.
Yeah. And out the front door comes a giggling part of a big smile on his face.
Grab the gnomes and run.
Yeah. And as you just leave the garden and with the klaxon blaring as you just push the gate open and running down the street. And I think we'll leave tonight's episode there.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to thank my players, Ellie, Josh, Annie, Khalil, and Alice. If you'd like to plug your social media, now is an amazing time to do so.
At Ellie Bav.
At MCM Josh.
At Addy_squirrel.
At gnome in 60 seconds.
At ALUCYE.
And I'm at MCM_Tim. Thanks for joining us. And if you don't know what to do, just roll over and die.
Sorry, Tim.
Did you expect
Amazing.
any of that?
Nope. I did not.